Hello, everyone, and welcome again to another Teacher Joseph podcast. Today's phrase is to be better off, to be better off. And that's how we say that perhaps someone is in a better position than before. We can use it in all of the tenses, and it's very easy to use. For example, after paying off all of her debts, she was financially better off. He's better off now that he started taking exercise. It was a tough breakup for John, but he's better off without her. Taking the new job was a very difficult decision, but I now realize I'm better off. Choosing to study was a great decision. I'm better off now than before. They decided to raise their children in the suburbs, not in the city centre, because they felt they would be better off. With the stock market's recent performance, people are better off. Jane is much better off since she left that toxic work environment. I can tell you that I'm definitely better off not eating chocolate. And maybe you can talk about your computer. You can say, I'm better off with the new software update. That's for sure. So there we are, to be better off. Now, there's loads of songs about being better off. A quick Google on the internet will give you some of those. Ariana Grande had a song called Better Off, didn't she? Yeah, a quick search on Google brings up loads of songs called Better Off. The phrase better off dead is one you often hear teenagers say when they don't want to be alive anymore. It's also a title of many songs, Better Off Dead. It means I'm better off dead rather than face this situation, which I'm currently in. I think we've all thought that from time to time during difficult moments in our lives. Well, speaking of being better off, certainly someone who's better off or who thinks they're better off is Prince Harry with his new website, the Sussexes, I think it's called, is it? Sussex.com. He feels he's better off with his new brand, and he's now changing his children's names to reflect his new brand. So his children will now be called Sussex. The name of our royals is actually Windsor. It was a German name all the way up until 1917. It was known, the royal family, they were known as Saxe-Coburg as well as Gotha. That was the names of our royals, the surnames. And then during the First World War, they changed it to Windsor, which is the name of one of the local castles in the London area, and they became known as the House of Windsor, trying to get away from their German roots because during the First World War there was a lot of anti-German sentiment in the UK. Many of our products were changed at that time as well. I think German Shepherds, the dogs, they became Alsatians, and the names of some of the sausages were changed. So anyway, back to modern times, Prince Harry has decided that he wants his children to be known as Sussex, reflecting his new brand. Well, we're living in an era where your brand is the most important thing, especially if you're in the public eye. So I suppose that's good for him, I guess. So he thinks his kids will be better off with the name Sussex. The names of royals is very confusing anyway. I think they all have so many titles and surnames wrapped up in their own parts of the family with their titles. It becomes very confusing. Prince Harry, for example, is, I think, Harry Mountbatten Windsor, Duke of Sussex. That's all in his name, his official name. And the other news from the UK today is that some of our cities are deciding to open up daytime clubs. Now, at the moment, we have nightclubs, and you all know what those are. Very loud music where you drink a lot, dance a lot, and then end up on the street staggering home. And British people, of course, are famous for that. There's now some kind of idea that daytime clubs would be better. It's interesting they're not calling them day clubs in the same as we call them night clubs. So around the UK, at least 2 or 3 of our cities are trying this. And we've had a few day clubs already, or daytime clubs. There's one happening in Wolverhampton soon. And the organizer is saying that they were sold out within minutes. Because these days, many people work from home. They can work during the night, they can work anytime. And to organize their time better, they should be allowed to party during the day. It sounds like a good idea. I mean, I'm sure British society would be better off with this. I never have felt comfortable going out at night. It's dark, it's cold, there's a lot of crime happens in the darkness. So just to have parties like we do at nightclubs, to dance, it seems sensible to me that it would be during the day. It seems like a really good idea. I think that would be something wonderful for society. We would definitely be better off with that. So it's a step forward, trying to get away from these many, many years of 9 till 5 you work, and then the rest of the time is yours. Actually, I'm just remembering one of my favorite songs, which is called We Belong to the Night by Ellen Foley. Maybe we can go through some of the lyrics of that. It's not directly related to being better off, although I'm sure you will be better off after you've heard it, because it's such a lovely song and she's such a lovely woman. Let's go through this song then. It says, "The burning sun hangs over the city. You and me, baby, we don't feel nothing at all." Okay, so she's used a double negative, but that's okay. I mean, I can kind of forgive her because she is a lovely singer. And then she says, "From 9 to 5, we're lost. This life ain't so pretty." Now, ain't in this case just means isn't. We've discussed ain't before. It has many different meanings. No, I ain't. No, I am not. It ain't. It is not. And in this case, this life ain't so pretty. She really should have said, this life isn't so pretty. But that's okay. And then she says, but when the sun goes down, we know that we can stand tall. Now, do you remember yesterday I told you about Stand Tall? Yesterday we were going through one of Kelly Clarkson's songs, and she was telling us how after a breakup we should stand tall, be proud of who we are. So Ellen Foley in this song, We Belong to the Night, she's also telling us we know we can stand tall. And then she tells us, I just can't wait for the night to come, because when the shadows cover the light, we are the only ones. Because, baby, we belong to the night. Yes, baby, we belong to the night. By day, we just survive, but after dark, we come alive, 'cause, baby, we belong to the night. And then she goes on with her next verse and she says, dancing on the street in the heat of the neon. So she's referring there to those flashing signs that you see in American streets, you know, those large lights which flash on and off. They used to be called neon signs, but in these days of the environment being cared for so much, I'm not sure neon lights are still classified in that way, because neon lights used to take up a lot of power. So anyway, a neon light was one that was shining brightly with a store sign or the sign of a disco, and they used to give off a lot of heat. And she says, the quiet in the cool night air makes it easy to breathe. The music that we hear in our hearts gives us something to dream of. Because when that lonely soul that calls, it's those dreams that we need to keep us strong, to take us far, far away from the pain of the days, because that's a cruel mental start. So she likes the night, doesn't she? I can't imagine her being happy partying in the day. She's saying that the nighttime is what she prefers. And then she tells us again that we belong to the night. Yes, baby, we belong to the night. In the days we just survive, but after dark we come alive, because, baby, we belong to the night. Oh, nice, isn't she? Yeah, that's Ellen Foley with We Belong to the Night. It's a beautiful song. One of my favorites. It's one of these songs that can evoke memories of our younger years. And of course, the culture's changed so much. I still think we would be better off having daytime parties, but obviously Ellen thinks we're better off at night, you know. That's the generation she comes from. Actually, I follow her on Facebook. I haven't seen any of her posts for a while. I'll need to check to make sure she's okay. Yeah, I like Ellen Foley, although she's no spring chicken. That just means that she's not young. She must be getting on in years. And there we are. That's it from me for today. I'm running out now, running outside. I want to go to the shops, so I won't do a transcript today. So let's talk soon. See you. Bye.